Good morning, everyone, and welcome to 6 a.m. Sorry, I'm hopping on a couple of minutes late. Facebook decided to do something crazy with how we do lives, and I didn't have time to figure it out this morning, so that's okay. Here we are. But good morning, and welcome to session 5 of What is a Raindrop Anyway? So if you've read my description, you've seen that today we're finally talking about the oils involved in a raindrop, which is pretty exciting. So in our last session, we discussed the VitaFlex technique, which is actually how a raindrop begins. So it's the first technique that you use in administering a raindrop. So and today we're going to go through the first couple of oils that you would use in that sequence. There are several, so it'll probably take us a few sessions to get through all of them. So today, let's start with the first two. And of course, the first oil that you need for a raindrop is Valor. I love Valor. Okay, so we actually discussed Valor in our previous series, but first plants. So if you want a very in-depth, detailed look at Valor, I suggest you go back and catch that video. If you've missed it and you are having trouble finding it, let me know. I can always tag you in it. But so we're not going to go into nearly as much detail of Valor today. Valor, of course, is a balancing blend. So that's what we use it for. It's the first oil used during a raindrop in order to help balance the body's electricity. Because remember, of course, our body is constantly sending electrical and chemical signals to itself. And it also helps stimulate spinal realignment. Pro tip. Lots of folks have told me that they actually like applying Valor before they go see the chiropractor, as they find that it helps their adjustments go more smoothly. So there you go. If you have a schedule to go see the chiropractor, try applying a little Valor before you go and see how that adjustment goes. But Valor also affects the limbic system. Remember, that is the emotional center of your brain that is directly connected to your nose. So it promotes feelings of like improving your self-image, and enhancing feelings of confidence and courage and your self-esteem. Because of course, remember, Valor, the formula was actually based off of a Roman recipe that was given to the Roman soldiers before they went into battle. So Valor is really a beautiful and amazing blend. In fact, I just came off of a Valor challenge where I was using Valor twice a day over my heart. And, just to see what happened. I've heard some really amazing stories of how Valor has helped other folks deal with stuff that they didn't even know they were dealing with. In my case, I noticed it was much more subtle. In fact, I just did a video yesterday detailing what I had noticed at the end of that challenge. So if you missed that, it goes into all the details, but Valor is a beautiful blend, and I do love using it, and I do love that it is the first oil we use in a raindrop. All right, so that was oil number 1. On to oil number 2. So the second oil, after we're done VitaFlexing, now remember, when the VitaFlex, we apply each oil, you VitaFlex it in 3 times on each foot. So it sounds like a lot. It kind of is, but when you're going, it goes really quick. So it doesn't take as long to actually perform the VitaFlex as it does to go ahead and talk about all this. So the second oil that you would Vitaflex in is actually oregano. And oregano is, of course, a very powerful essential oil. And it was actually listed in a compilation of early German medicines by the Benedictine herbalist Hildegard of Bingen. I think that's how that's pronounced. Anyway, so oregano has been known as a powerful medicinal herb for many, many, many years. You know, it's not just a seasoning that we use in spaghetti. Although I do like it in my spaghetti. But it is a much loved herb, and it has been prized for its medicinal value for a long, long time. In fact, later studies done at the Weber State University have demonstrated a 99% kill rate against in vitro colonies of strep pneumo, or Streptococcus pneumonia. Sorry, I fall back into lab lingo sometimes, but Streptococcus pneumonia. So that was pretty interesting when I read that. Definitely something to research further, the studies they have done on oregano and oregano oil. So oregano essential oil is actually very high in something called phenylpropanoids. And phenylpropanoids actually are little constituents that go in and cleanse cellular receptor sites. So, you know, every cell on its outer skin, its membrane, has little receptors that are looking for certain messengers. And sometimes they get clogged up with foreign agents. Could be chemicals, it could be biologicals, you know, whatever. But there are things that just clog up those receptor sites. So these phenylpropanoids go in and just clean all the junk out. So that's really cool because oregano is very high in these phenylpropanoids. So it's very good at going out and cleaning all the junk. So it's kind of like it's kind of like your cleaning lady who goes in and gets all the baseboards that seem to never get done, or all the fans that just build up gunk. Think of it kind of like that. But the fragrant influence of oregano, so when you smell it, it promotes feelings of security, which is really cool because when you're cleaning all that stuff out, sometimes it can come to the surface, and that can be not cool, or at least not fun to deal with. So having that feeling of security to go along with cleaning all that junk out is a really, really good thing. But some of the ways I like to use oregano, of course, it does come in a vitality version because it's an herb that we're all familiar with. And so I really do use it in my spaghetti. It's very, very strong. So I don't even use a full drop. What I do is I just dip a toothpick in and then swirl that in my whole pot of sauce. And that is plenty of oregano. But I also do like to add oregano to a capsule of thieves if I feel like my body is trying to fight something off, or if I know something has been in the area that we've been exposed to. It's also great, thieves and oregano in the diffuser to help clean the air, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, oregano is a beautiful oil. It is one I keep on hand, and not just for raindrops, but for, you know, all kinds of things. But my most frequent usage would probably be cooking, because I do like to cook with it, my oils, because it takes so little, and it's not like they go bad in your cabinet like herbs do, or at least dried herbs can go bad in your cabinet. They'll lose flavor over time. Oils don't. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me this morning for our session of What is a Raindrop Anyway? These were the first two oils that you would use during a raindrop technique. And what we'll do is we'll just continue going down the line of all the oils. There are quite a few. It may take us a couple of sessions, but we will get there. I'm not going to go into huge depth on any particular oil, but if you'd like more information about one, you can always drop me a comment or message, and I'll be happy to point you somewhere where you can get more information or share what I know. All right, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I will see you on Thursday as we'll look at some more oils in the raindrop technique. See you then. Bye.